Chat, today we are going to be making my bracket. Now, I don't really watch college basketball. I haven't watched a single college basketball game all year, so I don't really know much. We're going to be using Ryan Hammer 9 on TikTok to learn everything I need to know. We're going to go through the trapezoid of excellence. We're going to be going through all the injuries, any stats, all the people that can technically win it based off of stats from past winners. We're going to go through it all, and then I'm going to fill out a perfect bracket. And we're going to win every single bracket competition. All right, bracket notes historical stats, injuries, game time locations, team trends, roster builds. Let's go.
When filling out your bracket. Talking team trends, historical data, roster build, game location, and injuries. In the last 5 games, the 5 best teams in the country have been Iowa State, Arizona, Duke, Ohio State, and UCLA.
Okay, so Iowa State, second seed, Arizona, Duke. Don't know what that means. I'm going to be honest. Don't know what any of that stuff means. Adjusted offense something. Adjusted defense efficiency. Adjusted offense efficiency and adjusted defense efficiency. Barthag. Not sure what that means. I don't know. I have no idea what that means. It looks like the best one is definitely Arizona, but the Barthag is not the highest, but these two are both higher. St. John's, Vandy, Wisconsin, UCLA, Ohio State, Duke. They're all hot, but that doesn't really matter in March. Doesn't matter in March.
Nebraska is 1-6 in their last 7 games versus teams in the tournament.
Wow. Nebraska. Okay.
Illinois hasn't beaten the current tournament team since February 1st, and they've lost straight. St. John's earlier in the year went 0-3 versus teams that aren't in the
I don't think that matters though. St. John's cooked last year. I think they're gonna cook again.
Big East, but are in the tournament. Big East has brought a slower pace, less.
Big East games have been 6% slower, 4.3 less 3-point average, plus okay.
And just a different style. It was the same thing for St. John's last year. They went 1-2 in the non-con. Don't forget that UConn, however, dominated the non-conference. Historically speaking, Gonzaga has not lost a first-round game since Steph Curry had to beat them in 2008. Nebraska and Troy is only the...
Now is Gonzaga, is this a curse, bro? Is this a curse? Because I feel like every time it's like the announcer's curse. It doesn't happen until they say it.
In terms of roster build, Purdue, UConn, and Iowa State are all top 20 in roster continuity in the country.
Yeah, no, Iowa State and UConn, I like those too.
And injury-wise, there's a lot of guys that are out for the year, but the ones that are up in the air.
Are those important? I don't know. I'm assuming they're important players. We're gonna keep this. We're gonna keep this in the brain for the tournament. We're gonna have to come back to this.
Teams in right now. There are usually more: Duke, Iowa State, Michigan, Arizona, and Gonzaga.
Okay, trapezoid of excellence, meaning that teams are in here normally do really well. We got Gonzaga, Arizona, Michigan, Iowa State, Duke, Illinois kind of on the brink, Florida on the brink, and we got a bunch of other, UConn. Purdue's not in it, Houston's not in it, Iowa's far out, Bama's out.
Zaga was first.
But I feel like Alabama's always super fast.
And then the teams like Florida, Houston, Purdue, UConn, Illinois, that people think can win the national championship and make a Final Four, and I wouldn't discredit them just because of this. With a tournament run, they will easily play themselves into the trapezoid, but they are a little tier below the other contenders.
I'm assuming they're on equal playing fields right here. These teams are very equal.
That middle cluster is...
I mean, Iowa and Clemson are both basically the exact same seed. Dude, I think every single year that I've followed this, I've always had Alabama get upset in the beginning, and they never do.
And even a Tennessee or Nebraska are 2 teams that I think nobody are going to pick to their Sweet 16 or Elite 8. Paths aren't easy at all. Both those teams could lose as early.
Nebraska, I'm having Nebraska lose in the first round. I'm already feeling it. Okay, we'll keep that for later reference. 3-point shooting in offense and defense. Okay, 3-point percentage against and 3-point attempt rate against, and then we got, okay.
He's at an all-time high in the sport of basketball. And if you watch the NCAA tournament every single March, you know that 3-point shooting can make or break certain matchups and making runs or losing early. So I put together the offensive end and defensive end of 3-point attempt rate and then 3-point make percentage to show you what type of teams to look out for.
I think this is, I'm gonna use this one a lot because I feel like 3-pointers, they do basically determine, 3-pointers do determine the games. So
here is
this is the important one here.
Here is the historical.
These are the only teams that can win. The only teams that can win.
Blueprint on who can win the national championship, strictly based on historical stats, gives us a tier 1 group of Duke, Michigan, Arizona, Houston, Iowa State, and Purdue, and then tier 2 of Gonzaga, Florida, UConn, Vanderbilt, and Louisville. Vanderbilt and Louisville are the 2 that stand out for sure.
Okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna look up the defensive ratings and offensive ratings for each team, and then last thing. I want these are the top 50 players in the March Madness. Bet. Okay, I think I'm ready. Chat, are we ready? I'm ready. Okay, Let's put the camera in the middle actually, or I guess we just do it like this. Starting out first, we got Duke, and then we got Ohio State, right? We got trapezoid excellence. Let's see this. Where is NI or UNI? And then we got St. John's, which is here. I mean, neither are gonna win. You got, where's St. John's at? St. John's looks like they're down here, not very good at shooting threes. I'm gonna go with St. John's. I don't think either of them have. Yeah, I'm going with St. John's. And then we got Kansas and Baptist. Let me see. What is that? I can't see what that logo is. Baptist University. Kansas is right there in the middle. Nah, I'm gonna stick with Kansas. South Florida and Louisville. South Florida right there. Louisville, right there. Louisville is missing their players, right?
Here is the historic.
I think he said Louisville missing 2 players. They're getting him back. Michael Brown, Louisville. Where they at, bro? Michael Brown. Will he be healthy? Oh, he's going to miss the opener. Let's see this. He's a record as a favorite. They're really bad at defense. Very efficient at shooting. USF defense, very bad, but they're also very fast. I'm going to go with the upset just because they're missing their best player. All right, Michigan State. We're going to go with Michigan State. UCF versus US. Oh, my God. UCLA. Where is it at? I thought he said something about... I remember him saying something about UCF. I don't see him. Probably in this big area. Didn't he? I thought he said something about... Oh, they're both good to go. UCLA. I remember him saying something about UCLA. Bro, why don't I see UCLA on any of these lists, bro? I don't know, bro. I'm just going to go... We'll lean upset there. We'll go UConn. Florida. We'll go Iowa. Vandy. Didn't I say Nebraska was going to lose first round? Nebraska, and then... Who do they play? Troy. Where's Troy at, bro? Troy's right here. Yeah, I want to go Troy here, but I'm going to go Nebraska just to be safe. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to go with VCU on this. We're going to go with Illinois. Then we got St. Mary's, Texas A&M. Bang, bang. All right, back up here. Arizona. Who is it? Villanova, Utah State. Villanova. Who's got the better player? Villanova or Utah State? Villanova, Utah State. Sorry to everyone watching this who is getting flashbanged right now. Villanova, Utah State. Neither of them are good, but I'm going to go with... What is Utah State's logo? Oh, it's just a U State. I'm going to go with Utah. Wisconsin, High Point. We're going to Wisconsin. Arkansas versus Hawaii. We're going Arkansas. BYU, Texas. Didn't BYU have the best player? Yeah, we're going BYU. Gonzaga. They've never lost in the first round, I don't think, since Curry. Miami versus Missouri. Where's that 3-point percentage? Missouri. I remember Missouri being high on something. Missouri gives up very high 3-point percentage, and Miami shoots a lot of threes. Oh, no, they don't. They do not. They don't shoot a lot of threes. Miami is in the middle here versus... Who is it? Missouri, which is right there. You can go Miami. Purdue, Michigan. We're going to go SLU. Texas Tech, Bama. Tennessee, Santa Clara, Iowa State, Wright State. Wait, where was Georgia? Oh, that's right. Right? Let me see. Tennessee. Oh, it's Tennessee and Nebraska. Tennessee plays good 3-point defense. Nebraska plays really good 3-point defense as well. What about Virginia? Virginia, where's Virginia? All right, let's go round 2. Duke, St. John's, Michigan State, UConn, Florida, Vandy, Illinois, Houston and St. Mary's. Houston and St. Mary's. We'll go Houston. Arizona, Arkansas. So here's the thing, I'm tempted to go Wisconsin, but at the same time, Arkansas just has the better player. This is where it's tough. BYU, Purdue. We're going to go with... Dude, I want to go SLU. But Michigan's really good at 3-point defense. How do they shoot, though? They shoot all right. Ooh. Michigan is slower, which means they'll probably... I don't know. I'm going to go SLU here. Texas Tech. Ooh, thinnest bench. They got no bench. Aiden Holloway. Yeah, I don't like that they don't have a bench. Bama. Tennessee, Virginia. This is one of those times where I feel like neither of the teams deserve it. I don't know. I don't like either team at all. And I still can't find where Virginia is on this map. Probably somewhere in there. Do either team have a good player? Tennessee or Virginia? Tennessee does. We're going Tennessee. Iowa State. All right, back to the top. Duke, UConn, Vandy, Houston. Right, Houston's a good defense. Yeah. Houston's gonna shut down Illinois' offense. And then we got, let me see this. Arkansas, Arizona. How does Arkansas shoot? Sorry, there's dogs barking outside. I think that's my dog barking outside. Sorry about that. If you can hear it, I don't know. Anyway, we got Arkansas shoots pretty well for little amounts, and then Arizona doesn't really shoot at all. Arizona doesn't really shoot much, but they do play good defense. I'm gonna go with Arkansas. Arkansas's got the better player, dude, and that's what I've learned. A lot of time, the best players go far. Darius Akov Jr. is about to go crazy. No player more dominant over the last month, is what they say. Then we got BYU versus Purdue. I'm gonna go with Purdue, and then we got SLU versus Alabama. This is where things get interesting. I'm going to go with SLU. I think SLU's going to cook this tournament. They're going for a run. Then we got Iowa State versus Tennessee. Iowa State takes it. Now, Duke versus UConn. I got Duke. Then we got Vandy versus Houston. What is Vandy good at? Vandy shoot threes. They play good defense. We're going to go Vandy because why not, bro? Why not? Then we got Purdue. Then we got Iowa State. Now it's down to the Final Four. I'm going to go with Duke. I'm going to go with Iowa State. Now, here's the thing. Based off of all my stats that I have, I should be going with Duke.
Trends, historical data, Iowa State error.
But recently, Iowa's been the most efficient team in so far in the tournament. So you know what? I'm gonna go with Iowa State, bro. I'm gonna come out. I feel like a lot of people are gonna be going with Duke, Florida. Your best odds to win are to take a little bit of a lower percentage, lower odd team to win it all. It's just how it works. I think Duke has a better chance of winning, but if Iowa State does win, I should have a better chance to win every single tournament. But yeah, bro. Let me submit this bracket. How many total points we scored in the championship game? I'm gonna go with 140, 155. Is there a way I can shrink this? So here's my this first part. There's the second part. Here's the Final Four, and we got Duke and Iowa State battling it out, and Iowa State coming on top. I don't know if this is gonna happen. Probably not. But, I kind of feel it, bro. I feel in my bones ever since I saw the Iowa State stats. I felt that they were gonna win. So let me know what you think in the comments, bro. I'm out of here.